And there is a wide range of people required, not only the civil engineers, mechanical engineers required, electrical engineers required, and support departments also required, like accounts, finance, administration, lot many. These days, safety, quality, everyone, a lot of departments required to function and to run a project also. On that perspective, we were handling around 450 crores turnover, sir, roughly. He was hitting more than 7 crores.
2,000 crores we had done that overall.
2,000 crores. So imagine how much volume he was
done. Some 900, 2,000 crores at peak period we had done that.
And the project volume also changes between 5 crore to 50 crore or more than that also.
Per day we were all the time only we were doing. Per month we were doing 1 crore, 1 or 2 crores sometimes per day.
Per day.
Per day we were generating our turnover. That time was that peak period. Most of the big companies, L&T and other people were doing that time. So this company had the opportunity to have the turnover of per day 1 crore or 2 crores.
And 80 to 90 projects were happening all over Karnataka for this particular region. See, we need to operate from various places so that the project happens. In Karnataka, the Bengaluru is the region, we have a regional office, and Chennai is the headquarters. And if you say Maharashtra, Pune, we had a regional office. For Hyderabad, like that, regional centers were there.
Hyderabad, and most of the L&T projects, most of the Infosys projects are handled by this particular company. Most of the buildings civil work. Almost all the civil work in Chennai, as well as Bangalore total complex in 90% of the work we have done that. Because the electronic city, this company is that CCCL has done that. And very particular all the airports that has been done by Chennai airport,
Trichy,
Mangalore, Trichy, and more
Ahmedabad, Pune. So
all those things are commercial values there. Commercial values that their side, their technical side, like of course they are the people who are generating the revenue, but we were controlling that.
Today the agenda is this thing I wanted you to address.
So this is somewhat is a practical approach. It's not such whatever this thing you just cannot go to the site and start the work or something like that. Okay.
It will take time, right? You can say.
So practical, it is not possible just we cannot go and start that fellow will that client just shows the site you have to start work getting the clients and I think we cannot all and sudden just bring the people and we cannot start the work. There are certain formalities we should be there. Okay. Further, that what is it?
First one
unless you give certain preliminary works. Okay, once these people go, when the engineer first goes there, at least you should have a place to stay there, no? We said that because it will be open land, where will stay? So you will be given accommodation somewhere else nearby, but it's not possible to provide accommodation every time because we may not get the accommodation nearby for all the sites. So you may stay for a week or 1 month, you may be put into a nearby town or something like that, but it cannot be prolonged that. The project may go for 2 years, 3 years means it is not possible. And we have to put some accommodation for the labours also. We cannot put the labours at some other place, 1 kilometer away, 2 kilometers away, we can't put it. So we got to bring the revenue, we got to put first temporary structures we got to make. To make the temporary structures what local problems we got to study. Okay, we got to approach the local people wherever possible. After the land is there and everything is there and we got to find out and we have to erect the temporary structures for the labourers as well as for our own staff. So it depends on the category, we got to provide the facilities also we got to provide that. Then only we can start that. So temporarily without that we cannot start. That also should be, we should have provided in our cost
Considering your cost of
consideration
reporting the tender.
So these are the first thing preliminary. What is temporary is established site established. What is that is so we have to find out who are all the first staff required. Just like that, we can send only engineers. We can first we have to do survey. So the team should also be planned in proper way. Who has to go there first and who has to do the work first. So the client will not allow you to work unless you do all the documents, that organization chart, and who will be the in charge for the project, who has to be contacted, and what is your, all these things I have to provide that. Even for that, for client side also I have to provide the accommodation as well as his office room also we have to provide. This is a practical thing. So we have, unless we give, he will not allow us to work. So these are what he says, temporarily site arrangement. Because it is once we have, say this may not be prolonged for a long time. So we may shift office once a portion of the building is also ready, we can also shift it. But labor we have to provide separately. So labor once but all the amenities should also be there. Once labor enters means other next thing comes, automatically that government people will come into that. Whether they come or not, that client will see that all the requirements, labor requirements are being followed by us. What all things, because in tender itself there will be clause will be there. What are all that to be followed for the welfare of the laborers? What all things you have to provide or something like that, they will give that. So that thing what is called, you may be aware of certain things. What are the things you know that? Apart from your labor, wages you pay. Apart from what will be the compliance of the labor? Safety. Safety. Payment of wages itself.
PF, ESA.
PF, ESA, their welfare it should be given prime importance.
Washrooms.
Okay, so before that we should get the license also for how many number of people we are going to employ. It is the prime responsibility of the client. He will get the details. How many people are you going to employ in that particular site? So he will ask collect from the details from the contractors, and he will submit to inform to the government authorities based on our, suppose we will employ 250 or 350 laborers or 350 laborers, we have to tell him. Then this, if there may be many contractors, means he will collect all the details and he will put up submit a form to the government of the labor ministry, he will submit. And in turn, we have to get the certificate at this, and we have to follow certain things. We have to pay PF, means we have to give the labor payment and the PF for the payment of PF and this. We have to give the challans and copy to submit to our client, because client is the ultimate authority. First, this labor department and the welfare departments will go to ask the client only. Client is the prime authority or prime responsible person for that, because he is he is doing the work for his purpose only. So he has to take the responsibility. First, that ministerial people will attack those people, and they will again, it will be directed to. So they will ask us to comply with all those things. We will submit the document. In turn, they will submit to the department. So we have to preliminary what you have to. These things should be complied. What are all the things you have to do in respect of labor? We are going to pay PF number should be there, or ESA number should be there. Today, earlier days it was not very much compulsory. Today it is very much compulsory. And in that only your other portion also coming in. Site level also, what are all the things you have taken into what is called the safety and the amenities provided. They will come and inspect. Before giving license also, they are supposed to come to the government to visit that. Because we have to provide even what is called not only safety, they have to be provided with the sanitation and other things also. They will be fit. Everything should be fit. And also, if laborers are coming from other state, means that also separate migrations.
migrant labor is formed.
What are the, so we have to, every month also you have to give the statements of what is the labor which is paid and the things. ESA facility should be there. Nowadays, it's very becoming very, what's called? Mandatory, and it's a cumbersome work also. Each and every, how will you maintain that? You are supposed to do that. No other way. So definitely those things are compliance with that. What's the compliance of Secretary Construction Activity? Just that is why I am telling. It is not that simply going, getting the drawings and just taking some engineers and doing the work or something. Because we should have got the approvals, and also we should have insisted on the basic things also should be there. We should have
You need to make the minimum wages also.
That is it. The government has specified with reference to each place also is there. Each place industry wise, labor, it may be masonry means minimum wages this much should be there. On carpenter minimum should be this much there. We should maintain that records. You may pay subcon total amount also, but we should maintain that. We see that it covers the minimum wages also. You can pay more than that, but you should not be less than that. Okay, there are so many labor laws are there for women employees or labor and other things. We should have, when the number of people increase, we should have reach and other things. So many things are there. Factories Act mentioned so many things. This way site activities, there are separate acts are there. So there are 10 to 15 acts are there. So based on that, we have to see that we are taking the labor license, contractual license, this employer, we might have put the conditions in these things. So we have to first submit the license. First he will get the primary license, then it will be that whatever things the what is called contract has to do, that we have to comply. Then we have to employ the labor, and the department people may visit the site. Anytime they will ask for the records of the thing. So we have purposefully have to make somebody else responsible for it. Okay.
And in every project there will be a department to maintain these things.
Labor ministry is there. No? We have those people. The ESA people also will also visit. They will come there. Labor inspector is there. You give the license, the labor inspector will visit. There are central two ways. State labor people also, and there is central ministry also is there. Central ministry means this central government organization is there. No, MRF and other things.
CPCL,
those kind of central government organization. Central
NPCL, nuclear power corporation.
There is separately it will maintain by central government. That is labor ministry separate. For state government separate. People are there. So we are supposed to, whatever the license as applicable, we have to take the license, and we have to submit the thing to our employer. Similarly, then other things, what is called compliances. This is the mainly labor portion only. It's what are the mandatory things which is we cannot avoid that also.
And if you have diesel, this thing, petrol, explosive act.
That is safety related has to come.
Okay.
Other things, safety act, that is a separate act. What I think for act applicable for labor, there are, I told you, there are 15 acts or 15 or 17 acts will be applicable. Acts are there, whichever is applicable, we have to comply with those things. Okay. So we have to keep the what is called fire. This means we have to keep the fire buckets with the water or something. We have to keep that. Apart from you may tell these jackets, this you have to wear the helmets. Those things are there. That at least we have to keep it there. People are whatever they are keeping it, whether they are using it or not. But then when this problem will comes, whenever some incident takes place, only the problem will be, the biggest implication will be there. So that is, before that itself, we have to see that the people are complying. It is not merely compliance, we have to keep the records also. Records means what it means? It means we are complying with all those things in practical. Whether that is practical, they are doing that means they will visit, doing the visit time only. You may have seen in practice what will do when the people are coming there. There won't be any no safety measures would have been taken. But when they are coming, they will be given glass. This glasses will be there. No? Water specs,
goggles,
then shoes. Everything will be distributed. And once that inspection is over, everything will be recollected and put it in the practice. They used to do that because practically it is day to day what they are doing that, but it should not be that. In foreign countries, it will be given prime importance. In India, what we are doing that whenever they come, we are just issuing those things, make the thing that everything is going in Paka and everybody is following the procedures and the things. Once they go, they will collect back and keep it. But it should not be there because in foreign countries, too much the weightage will be given that. And if you are not doing that, they will simply ask you to go. Even in Japanese companies, for example, employers are there, they are doing taking contract and we are doing subcontracts to them. They will never allow us without wearing the shoes, without wearing safety jackets and other things. They will not allow that. They are very much this thing. Some parents are there. Shivishu. And if you are not following, they will put the fine also. Per day, this much they will put the fine. They will make out in such a way that they reduce our total payment itself. They will try to play that engineer also, they will try to play that. That is something other part of it, I think. But why? Because it becomes mandatory. We cannot escape from that. Okay. So we cannot escape means yes, there is no escape, but we have to take care of our labours also, employees, staff as well as labours. We have to take care of their welfare also. We have to provide that things, isn't it? We should not have a chance with their life or something. We should not do that. So definitely, what happens that implications will be more because we have to take the cost off also. It affects our cost also. That will come back to that.
Compliance cost, you can say.
That is the thing. You cannot avoid it. No, totally.
That is also
simply, that should have one portion should be, we should have included in our cost. In tender itself, this portion should be what will be the implication we have to take. Minimum, based on minimum wages only, our total labor cost is depends. Okay. Then.
Next is the material procurement procedure.
That I am coming that. They say it is material procurement, it is important budget. Budgeting that other day, these people
No, sir, that is different. They left it.
So you are aware of these things. You will be knowing only tendering portion only. You may be aware of. Am I right? Tender. What is a tender?
What is tender?
What is a tender? You don't know what is tender.
Not it started. Yesterday only the contract I started, but
what is the contract procedures?
They should have
any idea?
Speak on it.
Any idea? Bidding, right? But how the procedures will be?
What is the procedure?
What is the procedure?
The type of work.
For this.
See, if I want to construct a building, okay, for me, I am a own company. I want to build. Means I will ask somebody else. I will ask my requirement I will have. That is commercial building. What for? What is the requirement am I there? For factory means what should be the nature of the factory. Or hospital means what nature of how much beds I have to accommodate. What will be the thing that I have to depends on the industry. We have to work out the cost of this fellow will decide that. Then it will be given to one architect or those people. In terms of they will prepare the.
Who will be the less amount than
He has the budget. Based on that, he will ask one of the consultants to work one who is proficient in civil industry, that is architects and other things. They will ask them to work out the total what will be the requirement, what will be the quantities of the building and other things, and based on that the cost and everything they will work out basically overall this thing they will not move in the individual items. Because one building means it comprises so many things, not only civil, electrical, mechanical, and they have to get the government approvals and other things. All those things are there. So they are the specialized people. I know only that I want building, but I don't know what are the procedures involved, what will be the cost and the things, because I have to get the first I have to get the permission or the permit from the government authorities. Okay, so then I have to get the plan approval. Plan should have been approval. Okay, for each industry there will be a separate plan approval. Hospital should be like that only. One factory should be, it should be like that. There should be a minimum what is the requirement of one particular industry means that what the particular industry should have. Based on that, there are basic things, Okay, so in a hospital and things, in each room they should have the electrical points for giving the what's called to check the patients blood pressure and things. They should have to put up the machines and other things to them. So they should have power planning to should so electrical work is also better. Okay. So there should be in some other places there will be a plumbing will also be more importance to be given that. So it comprises of so many items which who will say I don't know anything. I am a layman. I know I want only that. I know how to run the hospital only. I don't know that what are all the I can tell what are the things required in one particular room. There one patient is being put up or one in operation theatre, what is all the requirement item. But how much cost and the things it will come, it will be given overload only by a person or civil engineer will take this much building will cost this much. And the electrical engineer will say what are all this costs will be there, what for my requirement, what will I think. So how to do that? So it will be given to the consultant or the architect who is coordinate all the things, and he will prepare overall budget, whether the budget is within their financial limit. If it is not, they may go for some loan or something like that. Look out. If you say, if I want to 10 crores means if that project definitely 15 crores means whether I have to have adjusted that or I have to look for another 5 crores or I have to reduce my requirement within 50 crores, 10 crores I have to do that like that. Preliminary they are supposed to do that. Then based on that they will ask us to one who is to do that. That is called bidding. They will give the advertisement to the civil contractors for civil work. They split up into the civil work, the electrical work, and they will split into what are all the measurements, individual measurements. They will ask the civil construction department to work out the tender. What are all the civil items of work involved in the civil work and quantity, what are things. So that is called a bidding in the process. They will prepare that what's called bid tender book that you might have seen that. So then that will be given to the contractors and they will work out what will be their cost, individual cost for each item of from starting from the basement excavation till finishing items. Okay, this is the process. Then based on that, so there are 4 to 5 people or 6 people will submit their tender for civil works. So they will analyze that who comes the minimum level, minimum they will try to fix a contract and they will be awarded the work. This is what the procedure. Okay, so they will try to get the what is called the optimum benefit. That means what is it? Minimum is one who has quoted a minimum, but at the same time quality should also be there. A person cannot quote by sacrificing quality because he has to quality too. Quality he has to give means the cost will be more. Isn't it? Suppose in bidding certain contracts, suppose big companies, L&T means L&T will quote on higher side only and certain contracts will be given to L&T only because quality and also they are the only people who can do that. Eligibility in civil. Bigger what's called this bridges, huge. So how will they do? They have that kind of machineries and everything they have. Somebody quotes very low rate, you cannot give that because he may give in the middle of that he may run out with what will do. Then it's an additional problem. So L&T will take the responsibility. Certain things in Chennai you might have seen that stadium. Jayalaya has done that new stadium. It has been given to the L&T only. It has to be completed within 100 days or something like that. I think it has been specifically given to that to L&T only. That also what happened. Nowadays what they think, they are giving the duration of the project is very, very much there. Becomes very minimum, in fact, so if I tell like that. Because they decide very belatedly. When I want building means, they are not, they decided before, suppose a reasonable period 6 months is required to do the building, to complete the building means, they should go before 6 months, no? What they will do, they will take only they will fix the date of opening and they will try to give the contract. It is also happening like that. Because they say they presently precast the things are there, certain new technologies are there, so that the building can be finished within that. They say, but the practical things is possible or not, we don't know that. Because these people take decision. If they take decisions late, they are putting the burden on the contractor. That's also happening. So that once you want to complete it within the time, means your cost will go up. These problems are practical problems, I am telling. So now we will leave it to that thing. We will the process only, I am telling. So once the bid that what is the owner who has asked that consultant or architect to prepare the basic document, which will be given to the contractor, and based on that we will quote for that, and the contractor will be who has quoted a reasonable price and who has good what's called financially good as well as technically good people, that he is very much good basic records or good what's called who has good he has earned a good name in the industry, means definitely will be given the contract. Okay. Now it is become, once the contract is it is contractor's liability. You might have quoted one price. Correct? That price, he should have taken all those things. What I am telling, not only the price, that pricing itself, quoting itself is a bigger art. Because if when they want to quote for you, they will give only a minimum time. Let's say they will give 1 week, 10 days. Some people, some of the contracts will be given 1 month or so. The other contracts will be maximum 1 week, as I was in private. What then? If suppose one building is coming up in what's called in Andhra Pradesh, means you have to quote within 1 week. Now we are in 14th, before 20th means that place you may not be knowing that. You will not visit it. What will be the cost of the basic materials there? Who will be knowing that? So it may not be possible to visit the place and what is the basic price. You have to call somebody else from. You have to choose from the link from certain links, or you have to go from this what's called Google. You have to find out the local suppliers and you have to collect the details, and based on that you cannot have a precise or accurate price. You may not be knowing that. Based on that, when you estimate, based on that you are quoting that. Okay. Because all the specifications you cannot put away in the quoting. Your time is very short, you are just quoted that, you are taking chances, it will be variation will be there. But once you got the contract, once you land up there, you have to get the practical thing, what is that? It may change. It may be changing. Because there they may go to the presumption, they may be quoted one rate, but in practical thing it may be higher, or it may be the local sand rate or local, for that particular place. I am telling you, they may tell what's the rate nearby Hyderabad means, they may tell something, but it may not be nearby Hyderabad. Nearby from Hyderabad you may have to go to 100 kilometer away, means definitely it will hurt. This thing, no. So definitely it will not match whatever. So we have to, once you have taken the contract, you have to work out the what will be the actual, based on the actual quantity, what will be the actual, based on the local price, what will be the actual cost. One preliminary, first once you enter that this thing, you have to work out. That is called the zero cost. First, because we will not compare the bidding price, what you have Bidding price we will not tell the execution side. This technical data we are quoting, but we will not tell the details to the site team. There are certain reasons are there behind that, you will come to know them later on stage. But as a fresh team, you have to do the work, you do that means he will go there first and he will do self-appraisal because he is going to execute, that is the actual price and everything, he will give that. So this should be matched with the first bid, we have to bidding price, from there we have to check the zero cost, that is called initially what we prepare a preliminary working out rate, that is called zero cost. Okay. Thereafter, once you start the work. So once you start the work, you will accumulate cost accumulation. You are doing whatever amount spent will be. We are collecting the data. This should be compared with the zero cost. That is called the actual cost. Whether it is as per our zero cost. If it varies, means it's a problem. If it comes lesser, it is okay. If it increases, you cannot say no, I won't take contract. Sorry, you cannot say because you have taken the contract. If this contract condition itself, it will be there. You cannot take, but that's why they are giving the contract. So you have to check up everything, and you cannot run away from that. So we have to do that. Means what is the practical cost? It works out. So that actual should be compared with the zero cost. Where it goes, wherever possible, how can we reduce that? Or if it is more than that, if it is under your control, means how to decrease the cost so that our profit will be more. It should be our aim because we are working for what? Profit. You are working for, why are you working for coming here? You work a better job. Better job is for what? Money. So company